So I'm thinking about air conditioners. If we could just cool a room, people wouldn't need to use as much water because you don't need to shower as much. You don't wash your clothes as much. You don't have to be fucking squeaky clean. Okay? Doesn't matter what you do. The second you're clean and you touch a doorknob, you're dirty again. Unless you're wearing gloves 24/7 and you're disposing of gloves. Do we really want to get into hazmat suit societies? I don't know. People are nuts. Anyway, then it dawns on me. Every time a solar panel absorbs a volume of solar energy, there is more room for more energy, if that makes any sense. Is that a lot of energy is being reflected. There's a ton of energy being reflected. Now I'm not talking about just like putting another mirror here and like letting sunlight come, because the mirror is going to block the sunlight. That doesn't make any sense. But what if we use interference patterns? And we have a ring of interference patterns around solar panels that use this excess of refracted energy that is interfering in the solar infrastructure anyway. I mean, in the atmosphere, it's sort of shaking around, it's doing all this stuff. And we use mirrors to like focalize it and just create laser beams of death sun energy. But there's a way to use interference patterns to amplify the amount of energy we're using without losing energy. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking to myself here. So imagine this. What if we have a series? So your base idea is like you have a solar panel here, and then you have a ring, because interference patterns function on rings. And so you would have two slits in the ring, and that then creates an interference pattern that distributes downwardly, and you can create a frequency bias. But you have the main solar energy that's already there, because there's a wave that comes down like this, right? And it's refracting in our atmosphere, and it's doing like this, and it's doing like this, and it's doing that everywhere for the most part. And so you would have the same amount of energy, except now you can create an interference pattern that takes light going this way and disperses it this way. Brilliant. So how could you take that, amplify it? I guess it supposedly goes back to when I was considering electromagnetic propulsion. Oh, yeah. And we talked about this one in a while. Molecular sieves for different ways of cleaning the atmosphere. Anyway, so we take the ring, and now the ring itself has solar panels. And then you just create this network upwardly, where all interference patterns are then like isolated and contained in a certain volume of solar energy. I guess it's sort of like trees. I read a study about a kid who analyzed the algorithm for leaves. That was fucking awesome. That kid's badass. Yeah, he created a system of algorithm-derived solar panels that were 30% more efficient, if I remember right. I don't remember. No, but I always wonder like why we didn't use that study. But because, well, one, it's too complicated. It's very time-consuming to produce. We can just make a flat panel, blah, blah, blah. And it's the same problem with that idea I just had, except for the ring. So you start off with that ring, and you understand how you can amplify efficiency. And so the whole point is eventually it'd be like a reverse Blu-ray disc. Yeah, think of it like that. So Blu-ray uses prisms and stuff, if I remember it. you would have prisms in your solar panel that then function with the interference patterns. And so interference patterns are really funny. They they pretend like they want to make straight lines, but what they actually want to do is make circles. So you got your little blue, and it's a wave function out in a spherical manner with the blue. That's what you call it. Radius from center. I've been working too much with. I worked too much with CAD, so now I know how to do it. Okay, so yeah, you got your vector, and what was I saying? Oh, interference patterns. Yeah, from a light source. So as your vector, they come out spherically, but they're actually functioning in a wave structure based on where you encounter them and where you interfere with them. And that's one part of the double slit that's never really mentioned. It's only talked about when you measure them. Actually, it's when you encounter that you can derive this bullseye and then outward interference wavelengths and stuff like that that you can manipulate. Now, if you could reverse that, then it would be a wave function coming inwardly to a focal point. And if you had a spherical solar panel, well, it should be really efficient, freakishly so. You could probably curve it too. But which way would you curve it? Inwardly or outwardly towards the ring that's emitting and transforming these interference patterns? And how many of them would you need? Because you want to keep it simple. It shouldn't be, anything different. Like, basically, the idea would be that instead of, parallelograms of solar panels, you would have circular, and then you just bend them. It's just like one simple, easy other step, but it's more efficient.